bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil, the same word fil as this, meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is skor, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time. And we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, c'est ça, que c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Élise. Moi, c'est Élise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux. Surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Night. Night. Fun. Yen. Yo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bangba, okay, Bangbas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente... è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo. Io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io.
I buy a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or sounds vaguely like Hogun and the hok in Hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur sachant chasser, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idiomas, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That kind of thing. How are the boys? Cocine da boy. Posso Milao. Pote. Buenas, proteína.
Hello and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I'm Elise, translator, writer, and editor with 20 working languages, and this is the stream where we always want to just kind of learn all the languages. And I had been thinking, we've watched a lot of content to varying degrees about Marina Mogilko, aka LinguaMarina. Mostly people, most recently somebody who basically called her a fraud, but mostly it's Kevin and Lisa of English for Basically No One, just aggressively grammar policing her. And I thought, why don't we just actually see what her channel is like? What does she actually do? So I thought we would look at a couple of videos there. There's also a channel I found just randomly in my recommendations called Spanish a la Chilena, which is a channel dedicated to helping people learn Chilean Spanish. And so, of course, I'm curious about that. And we got some other interesting things to look at as well. So I was thinking we might go and just do that. It's like, here's the thing with LinguaMarina. I've never watched any of her stuff. All I know is that she gets aggressively grammar policed by two of the most, just somehow off-putting English learning content creators I'm aware of. They're like the most comically off-putting, I should say. For all I know, she might suck. But I'm unaware of that. She might be great. And so I want to have a look and just see what exactly does she do. And so here we go. Here's a video called I know a lot of English words but can't speak. Action plan. Okay, definitely, a real problem people have. Native speakers have that problem too. I've had that problem. I know a lot of English words, and sometimes I just blank. Fortunately, usually not in front of a mic. But
have you ever been in a situation where you know you need to speak English, but the words just won't come out?
Okay. So here we go.
When someone asks you a question, and your brain just freezes. You know the words. You've seen them.
Oh, okay. Very cute dog.
The
dog is very much uncertain why she is not the center of attention here.
Them 100 times, and they're somewhere right here in your brain, but when you actually need to speak, nothing happens.
Okay.
This is one of the most frustrating.
Oh, okay. So, let's see what her proposals are.
Experiences.
It is definitely a problem that people have.
Here's the thing. The problem isn't that you don't know enough English. It's that you haven't trained your brain to produce what you know. And
see, I don't know about that. That's... Okay, the face of that dog is sending me. That is a goofy looking face that dog has. I don't think that is necessarily the problem. But it could be. There are lots of reasons that you can find yourself tongue-tied in a particular situation, in your native language or any other. Though this might be one of them. But okay, so where's she going with this?
I'm going to show you exactly why this happens and how I'm fixing it for myself. When you read or listen to English, your brain just has to recognize things. You match sounds or words to meanings you already know. It's relatively passive. You have time to think. But speaking is completely different. You're under.
Okay, I mean that's not wrong. That is true. It is easier to comprehend input than to generate output. That is a process that often requires a great deal more energy and a lot more comfort with the language. So okay.
Pressure. You are shy. You're meeting this new person. Your brain has to simultaneously pull the right words from the memory, convert those words into actual speech sounds, coordinate your tongue, lips, breathing. You listen to yourself, all under social pressure as well. This is why you might feel fluent in your head and then you freeze when you're actually speaking. Your inner voice doesn't have to deal with the physical part of the time pressure or real conversation. So let's dive into the topic.
Okay.
Most English learners spend 90% of their time on input, watching videos, reading, listening to podcasts, and only 10% on output. Without regular speaking practice, words stay in your passive storage. Yes, you recognize them.
How is she concentrating? This dog is is all over her hand.
But you can't use them automatically, and you might have trouble even pronouncing them. Think of it like this.
I mean, first of all, part of this can often be not enough input. You might be in a position where you're understanding quite a lot, but you haven't actually got to the point where you have enough that you can spontaneously generate things. That is one thing to come. But assuming that you actually are in the position, because there's a difference that you have to make. There's a distinction you have to make between whether the words are forming into sentences spontaneously in your head and you just can't get them out, or whether you can't even get them to form in your head. Because I think a lot of the time those are different problems.
Watching cooking shows for years doesn't make you a chef. You need to actually cook. Studies show that when you try to speak, 3 things happen that don't happen when you listen. You suddenly notice.
I mean, one thing that comes to so far, this is a pretty standard thing. I mean, I think we've seen, just on this stream alone, scores of videos that make some version or other of this same pitch, not necessarily for English, but for other things.
Words you don't know. You test your theories about how English works. You're forced to think consciously about structure.
I mean, if you're forced to think consciously about structure, then you probably actually aren't then you probably are forcing yourself to do something that's a bit beyond your level. Because if you've had enough input of the right sort and you've engaged with it the right way and stuff, then the structure should just be there. You shouldn't be having to think about, okay, so we get a subject and then an object and then at that point what we're saying is that those structures have not been fully acquired yet.
But there is more going on. Have you ever experienced knowing a word exists but being unable to recall it mid-conversation? It happens because words you rarely use have weak pathways in your brain. Similar words compete and block each other. Stress literally impairs your memory access. Less common words are just harder to retrieve. And then there is the psychological part. Fear of making mistakes is the number 1 anxiety trigger for English learners.
Okay, I mean, I don't know, if there are statistics on that, it would not surprise me, and not just English learners.
Research shows that anxious learners set impossibly high standards, worry about others' opinions, and prefer to stay silent rather than risk being wrong. This creates a cycle. Fear prevents practice, lack of practice prevents improvement, and that reinforces the fear. Another thing is that many learners also think in their native language first and then translate, but translation slows your brain and doubles the cognitive effort. Native language fluency means connecting English words directly to meanings and images.
And this is exactly what is formed when you are engaging with a lot of optimal input. If you, this is what is gradually being formed every time you're comprehending messages in your target language, whether that's English or anything else. Those pathways are starting to form, and those pathways form passively first, because that is the easier way to, that is just easier, and actively later.
Your first language, and it takes time, but it's going to happen to you, believe me. And the last piece, fluent speakers don't think about grammar rules or word choice. Their speech is automatic. This happens through
I mean, I wouldn't say that, actually. I mean, about grammar rules, yeah, for the most part not. Unless you're writing, then that's a different matter. But word choice, that really depends on what you're talking about. Sometimes you want to be very specific about the word that you want to use. So, I mean, if you're not thinking about word choice at all, maybe you're not necessarily, I mean, sometimes you don't need to. Sometimes it's obvious, but there are plenty of conversations where word choice is really important and you would want to think about it.
Repetition that moves knowledge from unconscious effort to unconscious habit. And there's this problem with our traditional study methods. Grammar drills, vocabulary lists, they do not create that kind of repetition. So now that we understand the problems, let's talk about the solutions. Not the generic practice more advice. There are techniques backed by research that actually work.
Okay.
Now, solution number 1 is to learn to paraphrase. Here's something most English learners never think about, but native speakers do it constantly. When you forget a word, you paraphrase.
Okay, I mean, so far that's good advice. In fact, I've seen this is definitely a piece of good advice, because if your problem is you can't think of a specific word, then being able to talk around it or to give sort of a synonym or a definition for it, that is, okay, this is...
You don't panic. You don't go silent. You say the same thing differently. And this is actually a training skill. Paraphrasing forces your brain to think flexibly in English, not just retrieve one specific word.
I mean, and this isn't, I mean, she's talking about it in terms of, like, English as a foreign language learners. But this is just for speakers in general. For speaking, if you have trouble coming up with a word, actually, then actually being able to paraphrase and define and sort of circumlocute, to talk around things, that is a very useful thing. Hey, brutvarsti, mitä kuuluu? Word choice is especially important for technical topics, but I don't know if this is necessarily a number one concern for someone who's just learning a language. It kind of depends what they're doing for it. And the thing is, I mean, there are lots of situations where choice of words, outside of the technical realm, like, if you're trying to have a difficult conversation with somebody, if you're trying to bring up a concern that you have, and you're trying to have the conversation in a way that somebody who doesn't necessarily want to hear it can hear it, I mean, you're going to be thinking about your choice of words. There are all sorts of situations where word choice matters. Although if you're thinking about word choice is also an indication that you have enough of a vocabulary that you have a choice. If you're not thinking about word choice at all, that can often just mean that in a particular area you only know you have a limited vocabulary, and so you don't have that many options to choose from in the first place.
Being stuck on, oh my god, I forgot the word for X, you learn to say, that thing where, or it's like when this flexibility is what separates fluent speakers from learners who freeze mid-sentence. Here's how to practice it. Take any sentence or concept and force yourself to explain it using completely different vocabulary. Can't remember procrastinate? Say putting things off until later. Can't find the word for concept? Describe what it does. Give an example. Break it down into smaller ideas. Your brain learns that there are infinite ways to...
Okay, I mean, so far, this is actually, I would say for the most part, this is solid advice. So, I mean, yesterday we were watching this guy, Baradati linguist, neckbeard linguist, who was having a lot of interesting takes, but was calling Marina Mogilko specific, for her English language courses and stuff, actually explicitly calling her a fraud. And we'd seen her, if you've been there when we've looked at English for Everyone, they love to just pick apart every single grammatical error, real and imagined, that she makes. And so I got curious. I thought, why don't we look at her? Why don't we look at what she actually is doing, other than occasionally making grammatical errors?
Express the same thing.
And so far, I would say this is pretty solid advice. It's pretty generic. I mean, it's fairly generic advice. I mean, but the thing about good advice is that it tends to be a more limited field. because there are certain things that actually do work. If you are not limited by the, advising people to do things that actually are a good idea, you have much more of a diversity of options than if you're giving advice that is a good idea. So people who are right about things will tend to be less diverse in their proposals. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, as so far, there have been a few things that I would kind of disagree a little bit about, but not really. And I certainly would not call her a fraud and suggest that she is not deserving of the following she has amongst people trying to learn English. And apart from everything else, one of her big selling points is she has really good English pronunciation. I will say, yeah, on the whole, she has excellent English pronunciation. Not sure about that shirt, though. Great choice of dog, not sure about those sleeves. Reminds me of the first episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, when Q is showing up as the judge. That is what those sleeves are giving.
The real secret to fluency. To help you practice the skill, we created a brand new feature in the Lingua Native app dedicated to paraphrasing and concept explanation. This
Hey, definitely Hexed, how you doing?
new part gives you tricky sentences.
Okay. Rephrase and speak. So the idea is paraphrase the idea of saying that you're tired or that you need to get some sleep. Okay.
Sentences and words and challenges.
I mean, of course, the trouble with an app here is an app is going to have limited options in terms of how many actual phrases it will have. So it may mark you wrong because it just isn't familiar with one. We've just been having lots of rain. Yes, it is kind of a culty shirt. It's like a pirate shirt, but more so. It's like Lord Byron's wardrobe decided to expand. If somebody fed Lord Byron's shirts after midnight, and this is what happened.
To paraphrase them using completely different vocabulary.
See, over here at Hyperpolyglotting with Elise, we aren't we aren't shitty about people's minor grammatical errors, but wait till you hear about our wardrobe takes.
Or explain a word without naming it directly. Now you can either write your answers or speak them out loud.
Okay, word or expression to explain breakfast. It's a meal we eat in the morning after we wake up, because before we wake up, it would be difficult.
Both help with active
I mean, really, to be sure, a meal that we eat in the morning before we wake up is called total parenteral nutrition.
usage. But since you clicked on this video because speaking is the challenge, I really recommend you practice by speaking. And the more you practice, the faster you'll bounce back when you forget something. And it's one of the fastest ways to get unstuck in real conversations.
Yeah, okay. Good advice.
And the coolest part is, we built this entire feature.
I mean, I don't know if this app is any good. I mean, in the advertisement for it, it looks good. But if something doesn't look good in the ad, then either the ad is bad or you can't even make it, you can't even fake it. So I don't know. I don't know about the app. But the idea behind it certainly makes sense.
In just a couple of hours using Replit. If you haven't heard of Replit, it's a platform where you can create fully working apps and websites just describing your idea in plain English to your phone or computer.
Oh, okay. So this is vibe coding. So you get to have like all sorts of surprise 0 days in it then. That's great. Vibe coding is just wonderful if you're a malware developer. Because it just allows you to create, it means that people are creating software that any script kiddie can crack.
No coding background needed. Everything you need from hosting to secure collaboration is built in. Plus,
God, this seems like a very bad idea. First of all, secure collaboration. If you're doing vibe coding, no such thing. And fun fact, if you're doing all your development work with a chatbot, then confidentiality and security are out the window. Like, I mean, if it ever ends up in court, all that shit can get subpoenaed.
Your connector's ecosystem means you can instantly plug in the tools you already use.
Okay, we're
You can build
skipping
or
this.
update your
You're
start
skipping
building
this
next
crap.
solution that can help you.
Okay.
And it's called shadowing. Shadowing is simple.
Okay, shadowing. Like, again, a piece of good advice. A piece of advice I have myself endorsed and that I regularly use as well.
Incredibly powerful. You listen to authentic English audio and repeat it immediately, speaking simultaneously or with a 1 to 2 second delay, matching the speaker's speed, rhythm, and intonation. Unlike traditional repetition where you wait for a complete sentence to finish, shadowing forces you to process and produce language in real time at natural speaking speed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so another good piece of advice. So let's see. We're gonna skip a little bit. Really, I want to see her dog more.
And now let's move on to solution number 3. It's called mental rehearsal.
Okay, I mean, again, so far, I mean, I would say she's giving decent advice here.
This is actually what a lot of athletes do. This might sound unusual, but research shows that mentally rehearsing, vividly visualizing yourself speaking before actual conversation, activates the same brain regions as physical practice. Athletes like Michael Jordan have used visualizations for...
I mean, this is more so when you're talking about language. Because if you're mentally rehearsing it, you're literally using the pathways that you need for the back end of language production. The back end happens in your head, and it happens through the pathways where you're generating words and phrases and stuff and putting them together in order to express concepts and ideas and feelings and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this is good advice. So, yeah, no notes.
Now, neuroscience confirms this works for language learning too. When you imagine yourself speaking English, neurons fire in your motor cortex and speech areas, creating pathways that support active performance. So here's how you practice.
Yeah, because, I mean, and this is the thing, and this is why this is an important insight, one of the insights that sort of led to all the work around input and everything, namely that there's this whole back end of language acquisition and language use that exists, and that actually if you want to get somebody to the point of being able to acquire and use a language, you have to build that back end, and you have to build it with the right sort of input. And when you rehearse mentally, you're just exercising the back end. That is absolutely, that is why I also say that a good sign of speech emerging is that you start to have, like, sentences in your target language form in your head that you have not heard elsewhere before.
Quiet space and close your eyes. You visualize a specific speaking scenario in detail. What's the location? Who's around you? Imagine yourself speaking.
How many turkeys can you fit in those sleeves?
Confidently and fluently, and include sensory details. Hear your voice, see facial expressions. If you stumble on a phrase, rewind and practice until it flows, and practice 5 to 10 minutes before real situation. This mental rehearsal.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so again, so far, okay, learn chunks, not just words. Yeah.
Not just words. Here's what fluent speakers do differently. They don't build sentences word by word. They use pre-assembled chunks, multi-word phrases stored and retrieved as single units. Phrases like, as a matter of fact, by the way. And on the other hand, a process as complete units in the brain, and you learn like that. This is
I mean, again,
why native speakers can talk so fast.
So, okay, don't have to look at the entire thing, because I'm mostly interested in why she gets so much shit from certain people. Okay, so 23 useful English idioms that native speakers use. Okay, let's check this out. "23 idioms you must know." It says in...
Do you want to speak English so?
In the thumbnail, which is in the colors of the Hungarian flag.
So fluently that native speakers can't believe you're not one of them. One of the keys to achieving this is using natural, expressive, and idiomatic language. This will not only help you sound more fluent, but also allow you to express your thoughts more.
This looks like AI slop. But okay, yeah. I mean, true.
A one-upper. We've all met someone like this. The person who always has to top whatever story or
Okay, I don't feel like I've ever heard this phrase. I've heard one-up as a verb, to one-up somebody. He always has to one-up me. It's always a game of one-upmanship. I don't know if I've ever heard somebody be called a one-upper, though.
achievement you share. If you tell them you ran 5K, they'll say they ran a marathon. If you just got promoted, they got promoted twice in the same year. And one-upper can turn any conversation into a competition, making it exhausting to talk to them. While they may not always mean harm, their habit of outdoing others. I got a small bonus at work. 2, down 2. Some things in life are...
Okay, this is a good one, and... I mean, this is actually... I would say this is an important idiom. Okay. Yeah, inevitable or certain to happen, reasonably well defined. Yeah, I can see it. I've never played Metal Gear Solid, but I'm guessing it's... Well, first of all, I'm guessing the interface hasn't been finished, and you end up interacting in English a lot. And, yeah, I mean, I would say, like, online gaming, definitely a good way to learn languages. You can learn some very interesting vocabulary with online gaming.
Inevitable. If something is bound to happen, it means it's likely to occur sooner or later. This phrase carries a sense...
I would not say likely. I mean, actually, the graphic she has here has it right. Inevitable or certain to happen.
...of certainty, whether it's about success, failure, or any predictable event. If you keep practicing a skill, you're bound to improve. If you don't get enough sleep, you're bound to feel exhausted. It's just a matter of time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good idiom here.
Added to a noun to specify the aspect of something you're referring to. People use it in casual speech to avoid long explanations.
Yeah, okay, another good idiom. I mean, again, it's pity about the AI slop. She does seem to like AI slop a lot.
Instead of saying, in terms of money, I'm doing okay, you can say, money-wise, I'm doing okay.
Yeah, yeah, I mean... Okay, good idiom, okay.
We all have those...
My pet peeve is this fucking AI slop. I mean, I don't... Like, there's something about the... Like, what even is this image? What is this even supposed to be? I mean, apart from, like, the kid's face, yeah, but... Like, so there are eggs in the sky. This cord just ends there. There's, like, another cord that, it looks like, some sort of a cable that somebody shoved, like, a badminton shuttlecock thing up. Like, what the fuck is this image? And there's, like, some sort of weird sea creature behind his keyboard. That's my pet peeve. I hate it when there are weird sea creatures breaking out of eggs by my computer. Hello, Riveroon. But, okay, that said, like, in terms of, so, like, the couple of videos we've been looking at, we're looking at yeah, I know, we're looking at LinguaMarina, because I figured we look at people talking about her so much, we might as well just have a look directly at her, especially that last guy, neckbeard guy, you know, the Baradati linguiste, the neckbeard linguist. I mean, he really had to go and actually called her, called her a fraud, and I figure we should look, and I have to say, so far, that charge, is not one that is answerable. I don't know about these fucking apps, I will say. Those apps might not be any good at all, and, but in terms of giving people useful advice for English learning, so far, the advice has been decent.
Those little things that irrationally annoy us.
Yeah, pet peeve. Okay, this is a real idiom. I don't know about one-upper. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard somebody called a one-upper. To one, you know, as a verb, yes, but other than that, okay. Next one.
See. What are some of your pet peeves? Let me know down below. 5.
Wait, okay. Now, why have we switched artistic styles? Why is this guy looking at why is the guy looking at what looks like sort of a, I don't know, a giant button or maybe a Simon Says thing? Yes. Yeah, it's a crushed orb in what looks like Soviet social realist painting style. Like this is just giving Славься Отечество наше свободное. Like stick with a single slop style if you're going to do that, but okay.
Up to par. When something meets expectations, whether in performance, quality, or skill, it's up to par.
Okay, yeah. Oh, good. I mean, real idiom, accurately described.
Up to par. Lately.
Why are we looking at the movie posters for
To
Speed?
figure out what's going wrong. Keanu Reeves said that he turned down a role in Speed 2 because the script wasn't up to par.
Good usage, accurate example.
Than the first movie. If you want your English to be up to par, good enough, or at a high level, you're welcome to join from intermediate to advanced course. The 7-week program is your fast...
Ooh, Kevin and Lisa, did you hear that she skipped a the? Sorry about that, chat. Bloody hell. Hang on, I'll be back in just a second. I don't know what's making me sneeze, but I will be back in literally just a second. I need to just grab some tissue.
Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway. I did not lie to us. I just got cut off. It was literally a second unit of time that I did not disclose. Okay, so plugging a course. Okay, so listening task. Comprehension questions, fairly standard stuff. Have a crush on, good phrase. Okay, skipping the ad. Down to Earth. Is this AI slop of Keanu Reeves, or is that an actual picture of Keanu Reeves? I can't... It feels like there's... It's like there's been a filter that makes it feel AI sloppy, or maybe I've just looked at so much AI slop on this video that I'm having trouble distinguishing. But okay.
Described as one of the most down-to-earth actors of his time.
She has a thing for Keanu, clearly.
Down-to-earth person is practical, humble, and easy to talk to.
Okay, you know, another real idiom accurately described.
Think about other celebrities who are down-to-earth. Who can you name? 7. Break the ice. Starting a conversation with strangers can be awkward.
Okay, what the hell is happening in this slopalog? So the two people at the channel, at the table, sorry, They are both thinking the exact joke, and they're also thinking lol. So they're breaking the ice apparently by sitting there and non-verbally thinking about the same joke, and they somehow both are aware that this is happening.
Certain gestures or words can make it easier. To break the ice means to ease tension and get a conversation going, often with humor or
Because they make up everything, yes, of course.
a lighthearted comment. Icebreakers are common in meetings, first dates, and networking events. Example, he told a funny joke at the start of the meeting to when you realize something was true the whole time, even if you didn't see it.
Okay. Another. Okay, these are like, okay.
She had been spreading rumors about me all along. 9. To crack up. To crack up means to burst into laughter, often uncontrollably. It's used when something is genuinely funny, not just mildly amusing. People use this phrase a lot when talking about hilarious moments with friends.
Okay. Yeah. All good, like, idioms. I don't think I intend to watch the entire thing, especially, like, these images are kind of sending me. But, okay. So, with that in mind, where did that video go, actually? Oh, well, I mean, this is a specific video that's just a list of idioms that you're likely to hear. I mean, there are entire books of, like, dictionaries of common idioms and stuff. For some reason, the video that I was going to just switch over to did not show up in my list, so give me a second. I thought we would finish the video that we had sort of left off on yesterday. Let me see.
When you don't care about your videos at all.
Now, yesterday he was explaining that Marina Mogilka, whose videos we were just looking at, she is a controversial figure, unlike Elon Musk, who everybody loves, which should give you a feeling of.
You don't want any preparation for that. And I think guys are doing a great job, because it's fine to make mistakes. It's absolutely normal. Everyone does it. But what is not cool is to sell courses which are full of mistakes.
But if they are full of mistakes, like, which mistakes are you talking about? I mean, I have not seen there. We get these tiny little clips. So, yeah, and some of the things she does get wrong. That's true. I mean, people get things wrong. And they use really horrible fucking AI slop art. Sometimes.
Courses which don't have any mythology inside. Like, nothing.
Like, I think he means methodology. This is the second. But, I mean, it does seem like she does have certain methodology inside.
At all. And guys, Kevin and Lisa, they help people to see that Marina is not ideal, and maybe you should look a little bit closer to things that she sells. Moreover, Marina doesn't double check her free videos. What can we say about her paid videos?
Well, yeah, I mean, if somebody doesn't put much effort into the things they're not getting paid for, what would that say about the things that they are getting paid for, other than they're probably more likely to make more effort about those with those?
Which no one sees. Would she care about that? Is she going to prepare? I don't know. Looking at her attitude.
Oh, well, because for one thing, it doesn't really make sense to suggest. I mean, there's no mythology in this. Like, I paid for LinguaMarina's advanced English course. There wasn't a single fucking Minotaur in the thing, you know. Not a single Minotaur. I was expecting some Argonauts. I was really disappointed. Because he said it once before. Like, we started watching this video yesterday, and it became clear from the context that when he says mythology, he means methodology. And what he mostly means when he says there's no methodology is there isn't the sort of methodology that he prefers that also isn't a particularly effective one.
Here, we can say that her paid content not worth it. It looks like a fraud, like a scam. You shouldn't buy these things. They're not worth it. You can find the same information online.
I mean, yeah. The thing is with teaching English, you can find a lot of the same stuff online. Because, I mean, when somebody gets things right, there are only a certain number of ways to get things right. You can't really, there's a limit to the degree to which you can really be unique about something when you're doing it correctly. There's much more room for uniqueness when in the world of fucking things up.
In Google, you can just Google it. The only what you pay for it's Marina's beautiful face. That's it.
Well, I mean, there is that dog and that wild shirt.
People see this perfect picture, they have no doubts that her courses are going to be great and perfect. But that's not right. And
I mean, he's saying this based on apparently not having actually looked at them. Now, I mean, the one point he made is the price is $100, which is actually a lot given what kind of incomes people make in Russia, where they're mostly marketed to. I mean, and yeah, that sounds like a pretty expensive price point. Given that. But she's also marketing it to other places. Yeah, exactly. You can find lots of things online. Like, I mean, that's like saying, why am I paying you to write this script? I could look it up and I could find a book online that would teach me to write this script if I just spent a while going through the exercises and understanding the concepts and how to make them work. Why am I paying you? It's like, well, you're paying me because I already know how to do that if you would have to. Like, yeah, you can find lots of things online. Like, there are lots of I just found this out because I was looking for it. There are lots of videos on YouTube on how to make spaghetti all'assassina. Does that mean only the first one is for real? Is it all a fraud? Like, that is a weird definition of scam.
Appreciate Lisa's and Kevin's job that they are helping people to realize that Marina is not perfect and her course
like, who is? That... I mean, there's a wide fucking bandwidth between saying somebody is not perfect and saying that what they're doing is a scam.
Might not be perfect as well. I don't get the complaint and nagging about how...
Like, I will call something out as a scam when it just clearly is one. But I haven't seen anything that would convince me of that, and he certainly hasn't shown me. And all Kevin and Lisa have shown is that occasionally she makes relatively minor grammatical errors that do not affect comprehension. Everybody does. I don't give a shit.
My question is delegitimizing another creator really the best way and most effective way to do that?
Okay, so this is where Neckbeard Linguist is going to say yes, definitely. Wait a second. English for everyone says, no, we're not. This is apparently talking about Marina Magilko. She needs to be shamed with her smug attitude. That's the wrong preposition for that. Like, we cannot say she needs to be shamed with her smug attitude. We have to say she needs to be shamed for her smug attitude. Like, okay, and if this is an actual comment and I see no reason to doubt it, then, I mean, that does sound like this is more than just showing some grammatical mistakes. That this is just like personal hostility, and I have to say, I haven't seen anything that explains the personal hostility. I don't know. That doesn't mean there isn't something to explain the personal hostility. But nobody is talking about it. Like, okay, apparently she is smug? Like, what, Kevin isn't?
Claiming them to be a fraud despite the value that they've provided for their audience, whether you like it or not? Is that what's going to create value for your audience?
No. Just standing there and deadpanning about other people's grammatical mistakes will.
Or is it just an attempt to write on the success of another creator? Getting views using negative messaging? Because that
it seems to have worked for them, despite the fact that their stuff is unwatchable, which is really amazing. Like, I mean, and like, is teaching exactly a horrible lesson to creators. Just make utterly boring content, but piggyback off of somebody larger.
problem with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and
maybe that's my mistake. My content is too interesting.
other content platforms, which often promote quantity and engagement over quality.
Yeah.
And negativity attracts views. And it makes
But usually what attracts views is if the negativity is interesting. Their negativity is just boring as hell.
makes some content creators care more about their views than their viewers. And you know what? For those of you who might argue that they really do care about correct English, let's look at the tags below the video.
I mean, let's just remember when we talk about this as well, that they have just started adding the words comprehensible input into every fucking video title, regardless, even though it's the exact same crap that they've been doing for as long as I've been occasionally making fun of their channel. They just put that in there because somebody realized that it has good SEO.
Hashtag viral video, hashtag viral video. Hashtag viral status, viral videos, Marina Magilko, LinguaTrip, LinguaTrip TV, LinguaMarina, Marina Magilko, Magilko.
I've never looked at their hashtag. Wow.
I wonder why they haven't used hashtag correct English or hashtag English grammar in their tags if that was indeed their motivation.
Well, I mean, I will say, like, if you want to have a channel and actually sort of make any kind of a living off of it, you do want to get views. And I can see, like, doing a hashtag for that, but I mean, there is a certain aspect of obsession here.
What is their real goal? To be popular, right? First of all, there might be
are they, though?
a zillion reasons of writing these hashtags. Okay, how about that? They're writing their hashtags because they want the video to be more popular, right? Because they want more people to be more educated.
But they don't really educate anything. It's like, if you wanted... Like, he has made a video. He has made more of an attempt to say, this is why you should not, you should not send your views and your money to Marina Magilko than they ever have. Like, all they have ever done is just say, oh, she makes little grammatical errors. I mean, he has not made a particularly good case, I will say, but he has tried to make a case there is more effort in this video in terms of actually, if the idea is to legitimately, like, warn people against the scourge of Marina Magilko, which I have not seen, and he has not provided, and none of the people I've seen criticize it have given any reason to think that there's anything particularly nefarious. There's, like, horrible AI slop, I will say, and she seems to be willing to take some dodgy sponsorships, like, I mean, we saw one, and I don't know, I would not put my hand in the fire for any language learning app. I don't think that they're necessarily great. As a genre, I don't think apps are generally going to be the way you're going to learn languages. But I have not seen anything that warrants this treatment.
I want more people not to make these mistakes, huh? What about that? I just don't get it. Why would you record an educational video and don't want it to be popular?
Well, it isn't an educational video. It's not educational either.
What's the point
Not really.
of making it in the first place? Also, if we speak about the hashtags that you offered, like English grammar, correct English, it's very vague. No one will ever find you in the YouTube search where zillions.
Well, yes, but the question is, what are they looking for? Like, if they're looking for English grammar or correct English or something like that, then actually having hashtags that will increase your likelihood of showing up in that search is a good idea.
Of other similar videos. Why these hashtags?
They are very specifically including hashtags, apparently, based on what we've just been told anyway, that make them show up apropos of nothing in searches when people are looking for Marina Magilko.
Are like better. And come on, really, come on, for real, you're going to blame bloggers for promoting their videos? Really? Let's blame firefighters to fight the fire, huh?
That's okay. Yes, let's play firefighters to fight the fire.
And all the conclusions that Heather makes, especially about white privileged men harassing poor immigrant women.
She didn't actually say that.
And by the way, am I the only one who's bothered by the fact that a white male native speaker is telling a successful non-native English-speaking woman to basically keep her head down, be quiet?
Yeah, I mean, actually, this is a valid point. This is part of why I think it kind of sucks what she does. I mean, and when it's apparently, when the objection is specifically to her smugness, which I don't know, I didn't see anything particularly smug in, but I've only seen a couple of videos. That does kind of read that way.
And stop showing up because she doesn't sound like, well, him.
It's absolutely unreasonable. It's not the white man criticizing a woman. It's a person criticizing another person.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at it at an even broader level of generality, it is two biological entities interacting disjointedly. Well, and if you look at it even more, it's just a thing that happened. Wow, I mean, it's really true. If you sort of take out any aspect of a thing that might make it appear problematic, it seems less problematic. I mean, the Elon Musk fandom that we saw earlier in the video is certainly not a coincidence, it seems.
Why it always should be about genders and about discrimination? It's not
well, because that happens a lot.
About that. It's just people.
Well, I don't know. That's kind of in there, though.
Criticizing other people, no matter what their sex or gender is.
That doesn't mean that it's irrelevant. That doesn't mean that it doesn't come into it.
So,
like, and it's true. You could find if all they wanted to do was grammar police YouTubers. There are plenty of native speakers who have like painful grammar that you could do that with. but instead they've decided specifically to zero in on her.
Now, with the attempt of helping your audience learn correct English, what you're actually doing is sending the following messages. Mistakes are bad. People will make fun of you if you make mistakes. Native speakers don't like it when you make mistakes.
Yes, I mean, actually, all of these things, and these are not great messages to send to learners, and this is part of why explicit error correction is not a helpful thing when, in speaking, when you're, like, teaching people to speak. Because it does increase the psychological threshold.
You're not worthy of success if your English is not perfect. There's only one way to speak English, like us, and there is no variety whatsoever.
Yeah, and I mean, they're often wrong about these things. Like, I mean, we saw an example of that at the very beginning where he's like, nobody in America ever says status. Like, have you been around this fucking country? Plenty of people say status, they say status. Like, those pronunciations are both common. I don't know if there's a regional variation. I know he's apparently from Texas. But you hear both versions all over the US as far as I can tell.
If you make mistakes in English, you shouldn't dare to do something publicly. You should definitely not teach on YouTube if you make mistakes or if your pronunciation is not 100% native.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's absolutely right about these things.
And the idea of this video is not showing everyone that if your English is not perfect enough, you shouldn't speak or you shouldn't record anything. No, it's directed to one single person.
It's directed to one single person, is it? Well, first of all, that's not true. I mean, other non-native English-speaking, English-learning content creators have gotten a similar treatment. Less obsessively, but they have. And, I mean, are we going to see Kevin and Lisa, like, tear up the various grammatical issues in this video that is standing them? Yeah, we've seen Kevin be wrong more than once in this one video. This guy has managed to pick examples where Kevin is wrong.
To Marina, because you should be more careful about people who are selling you shit, and to be more careful about.
Well, I mean, are Kevin and Lisa not selling you anything then? Yeah, I would never have guessed he was from Texas, but apparently, I don't know where I got that. But I feel like I did see that.
People who are trying to sell you a bunch of crap because they sound more or less good. And personally, I think...
Well, I mean, the thing is, when you're trying to sell people sounding more or less good, then sounding more or less good is actually kind of an important selling point. Like, if you're trying to sell people courses that are about helping English pronunciation from the point of view of a non-native speaker, then actually having good pronunciation, having actually very good pronunciation is sort of a useful thing, I would think.
Marina is not a good person. I don't think she's a good person.
I don't know whether she's a good person or not. What I know is that the people who are, like, slagging her off have not given me a reason to doubt it. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, this motherfucker is. I think. Yeah, I mean, he's like, I don't think she's a good person. By the way, you know, not like Elon Musk, the man who only brings goodness and light to the world.
She's a good friend. She's a good mother. She's a good wife. I don't know. She's a good businesswoman.
Okay, wait a second. So you just said. Wait a second. What the fuck did he just say?
You should be more careful about people who are selling you more or less good. And personally, I think Marina is not a good person. I don't think she's a good person. Yeah, I guess she's a good friend. She's a good mother. She's a good wife. I don't know.
Decide! I don't know. When did he edited this? He edited this, and he looked at him saying, I don't think she is a good person, and then saying, I don't know, she's probably a good person, and he decided to just leave that in there? Like,
She's a good businesswoman. Her general attitude to the products that she produces is very, very controversial, and
okay, that just means that there are people who disagree on it. That does not express a view. It's very that is such a lazy thing to say. It's very controversial. Because you just don't actually know what the view is that's being expressed.
If you look in Russian YouTube, you can find a lot of...
Вы хейтеры, а я принцесса. You're haters, and I am a princess. Okay, let me see. Марина Могилко и хейтеры. Подруга Даши Камаловой. Мошенница. Лили Аспен. Обман по похудению. Okay. Marina Mogilko and her haters. And then some... Okay, Mogilko. Разоблачение by Igor Romanovich. Миллионы в YouTube. О чем топ-ютуберы вам не рассказывают? What top YouTubers do not tell you.
Videos about Marina and the way she's doing her business. And the way she's managing her business. The way she's bragging about herself.
Марина Могилко разоблачение. Инфо-цыганство как стиль жизни. Okay, that's about digital nomadry, except they use a slur for Romani people in Russian to say that.
So you know what? I would say very controversial thing, but I would say that it was reasonable to criticize Marina.
Wait, okay, so there are people who, this is just such a weird thing for me watching this, because on the one, what I keep hearing is it's reasonable to criticize her. I have not actually heard anyone, other than her, minor grammatical flubs, I have not heard anyone explain why the criticism is warranted. If she is a fraud, if she is a scammer, if there's some sort of bullshit that she's up to that is widely discussed in Russian but not in English. I mean, that does happen, where you have these language bubbles, where everybody knows about, somebody in, German, but then they go to English-speaking countries and nobody knows, and so they seem legit, or whatever. That happens. Or, Louise, sometimes it's even in the same language, like Louise Mensch, who everybody knew is just this horrible right-wing racist grifter in Britain. And so she went over to the US and started a new life, and was, very briefly a darling of liberals because they didn't know who she was. But that happens. But why not make that fucking video, my dude? If there's some sort of, dark secrets to be talking about that are well known in Russian language YouTube, but not known to, people in the ESL space who don't necessarily follow Russian YouTubers? Why not talk about that?
I don't agree with
that would be a better video, but I wouldn't trust him to do it because this motherfucker thinks that Elon Musk is a great guy. The guy who is all scam and no guy.
That they make, but I kinda get it. And if you find there any kind of hate, I
just don't like the way that she runs her business, unlike Elon Musk, who I have no notes about.
It's justifiable, because Marina only looks like this happy, positive person, but inside she's a businesswoman who...
Well, wow, he's discovered capitalism.
He's trying to take all your monies.
All of them. She wants to take all of them.
So that's why...
That's so weird. So what you're saying is that, that people who are trying to sell you things try to make a good impression. I mean, yes, she's clearly trying to make money with this. And I do not vouch in any way for the apps. I don't really think language learning apps for the most part are a worthwhile thing. But I mean, this is like, what do you think? Do you think that your boy Elon isn't trying to take all your monies?
She's selling on her products which are really, really bad quality.
He has not in this entire video said talked at all or expressed any knowledge of her products. The extent of that discussion was he said he thought they were too expensive for Russian audiences, and indeed $100 price point is a lot for Russia. And he also said that he assumed that the stuff that she does for free would be better than the stuff that she gets paid for reasons.
Really bad, and she was pointed out to that a lot of times, a zillion times. But
for example, like, why isn't that the video then?
Make any change? Nope, she didn't. So I guess it's kind of fine to her to get all her...
Okay, so why is this the very end of the video and you're just saying this, and the whole thing has been just you like talking about Kevin and Lisa and how they're and standing their weird obsession with her minor grammatical problems.
Money from the products which are not really good, and I would say even bad. I wouldn't say that she's a fraud, but as I said...
You said it! You said it like twice in this video, now you wouldn't? Like, this video was edited, you could see the jump cuts. So, why wouldn't you make a decision in the editing room whether you want to call her a fraud or not? That seems like a pretty basic, editorial decision to make when making a video.
She's very close to that, and advocating her without knowing her background and without knowing why people are doing it.
They're not. The thing is, like, the video we just watched isn't even really advocating her. It's saying that this kind of content, where all they're doing is slagging off the relatively trivial and sometimes non-existent grammatical errors of non-native creators in the English language learning space, sucks. And it does suck. She isn't making some full-throated endorsement of Marina Magilko in saying that.
It's kind of irresponsible to your audience, I guess. And also, in the end of my video, I'd like to say that, if you don't want to be criticized, just don't record anything on YouTube, just don't do anything. You will be criticized in any way. You can't...
Well, yes, but, that doesn't mean that all criticism is equally valid.
You can't avoid it. You can't escape that. And the most important thing, that you have to be criticized. I was criticized for my videos a lot of times.
I'm shocked.
And it just helped me to be better. I
keep working on that.
Looked at, okay, that is good, that is bad. I just looked, okay, I did something wrong here. I have to correct it. Okay, my English is not that good. I have to improve it. Basically helps you to be better.
Well, I think we already established in the video that Kevin and Lisa are not trying to help her to be better. They said that they were trying to take her down a peg because and shame her with her smugness. Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I just love that he has taken the opposite position. He's just switched between positions like 5 times. She is a fraud. She is not a fraud. I think she's not a good person. Actually, she's a good person. She's probably lovely. But she's also wants to take all of your monies. Okay, and it is time for me to take a little bio break, so I'm going to go and do that. Be back in just a minute. And I'm going to drop some links on just current project updates into chat for anyone interested as we go off on a quick bio break. I am up to $600 out of my $1,500 fundraising goal from my current Punto Final projects. and all contributions are beautiful and greatly valued, and you can find links including to a free 1-month gift subscription to my Patreon in the messages I just dropped in chat. Back in a minute.
Hi, and welcome to Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. I am Elise, translator, editor, and writer with 20 working languages, and this is where we talk about languages and language learning and all sorts of other stuff, and we play games.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Perfect. Okay, 3 of 4.
El hospital
還元1級の先というのは、本当に誰も知らない字ばっかりでしょうね。私は
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek. We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okula giderim. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is skor, and that also means elephant.
This is Elise with an update on the ongoing Inessa Armand translation project. We now have 37 of the 38 extant essays and speeches by Inessa Armand translated into English for the first time, and we are just short of the halfway mark on the fundraising progress as well. This enrichment of the English language Marxist canon has only been possible with your support, and it's been a real lifeline for me. So anyone who would like to support this project can find links in the description for how to do so, and everybody who has already supported it has my sincerest thanks.
Ça, c'est ça, ça, che c'est ça, non ça, c'est ça, sol chi sa che nulla sa, ne sa più di chi ne sa. Ecco. Bonjour et bienvenue à Hyperpolyglotting avec Elise. Moi, c'est Elise, traductrice, éditrice et écrivain avec 20 ans de travail. Et ça, c'est la transmission en direct ou en jeu des jeux, surtout GeoGuessr en dernier temps. Et parle des langues, de la linguistique, de l'acquisition des langues.
10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Nej. Come on. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas. Bamba, okay, Bambas is duck. Okay, I have now leveled up. let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon.
Sotto le frasche del capanno 4 gatti grossi stanno. Sotto 4 grossi sassi, 4 grossi e grassi gatti. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Un généreux déjeuner régénéré des généraux dégénérés. Facile. Sì, ecco, la gente, è la cosa che mi dice la gente, sempre che scoprisce che quante lingue parlo, io sempre avevo l'impressione, diciamo, di che non era così, non era tan così, ma poi, dopo di aver visto qualche poliglota in YouTube, una delle cose che avevo scoperte era giustamente che la metodologia usata da quella gente poliglota che non avevo mai conosciuta prima, era più o meno la stessa metodologia che usavo io.
I buy a computer or what? And here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for or sounds vaguely like Hogun and the hok in Hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that appears it is the exact same kind of character.
Okay, let me see.
Un chasseur, ça son chassé, ses chassés sont son chien de chasse.
Der dicke Dach.
Okay, der dicke Dachdecker deckt dir dein Dach, drum dank dem dicken Dachdecker, dass der dicke Dachdecker dir dein Dach deckt. Hola y bienvenidos al directo de Hyperpolyglotting with Elise. Yo soy Elisa, traductora, escritora y editora y comunicadora social con más de 20 idiomas de trabajo. Y aquí vamos a estar jugando videojuegos, sobre todo GeoGuessr, y hablando de idioma, la mejor forma de aprenderlo y caleta más. Zwei Zwetschgenzweigen zwitscherten zwei tschechische Schwalben. Tres tristes tigres tragaban trigo en un trigal en tres tristes trastos.
Oh, I see. This is Diche Ishai Fui, which means do you want food? But yeah, are you hungry? That's also. How are the boys? Cocine taco. Poso milao. Pote. Buenese. Proteine. Utros. In the designated chicken eating area, obviously.
And I'm back. Let's see. Let's see where we're going to go next. You know, I will say, whenever you hear that some... Oh, right, we're going to look at the Spanish a la Chilena. So, we've got learn Spanish while cooking, pastel de choclo recipe. Okay, that sounds good. That's what we're going to check out next. Oh, you just know whenever you hear somebody is a big fan of Elon Musk, there's just going to be great takes incoming.
Hola!
Okay, I'm gonna just drop the link in chat to this channel. And let's just see how she, okay, so this is learning Spanish through cookery. One of my favorite sort of language learning methods, watching cookery videos.
Este que está acá es el calendario de septiembre de este año. Es el calendario de septiembre del año 2024.
Okay.
Este mes. Estos días que están en rojo, el 18, el 19 y el 20 de septiembre, son los días en que en Chile celebramos las fiestas patrias. Tiki, tiki, tiki.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, so far, I'm liking the vibe. This, she's clearly got a model that she's following here. Because this thing where you talk about the date and everything as a way of sort of beginning a video is a very common thing, and I think it's useful because it kind of gets people into familiar territory from the start. So, okay. She's talking La Fiesta Patria, el 18.
Celebramos a Chile. Y comemos muchas cosas ricas. Empanadas, choripán.
Chile is very next level when it comes to sandwiches.
Anticuchos. Y a mí me gusta mucho comer pastel de choclo. Pastel de choclo. Aún no es temporada de choclo. En el verano.
Nice use of visual aids.
Hay mucho choclo fresco, pero a mí me gusta hacer pastel de choclo con choclo congelado. Este choclo está...
Yeah, you can tell she's in Chile as well. She had been in Japan for a while, judging from some of the video titles. But if you buy corn, frozen corn, and the bag says choclo, you're in Chile.
Congelado, está congelado. Por lo tanto, yo en las fiestas patrias como pastel de choclo que hago con choclo congelado.
Okay, so, I mean, a very good enunciation. I have to say, like, the thing about specifically teaching Chilean Spanish, I would think it would probably be good to get people used to the fact that that consonants get swallowed from the very start, because she enunciates much more clearly than you will hear people speaking in Chile on the street, especially that S. But, I mean, like, the style of this, I'm liking it. I think this is good.
Granos de choclo. Estos son granos de choclo. Este es el choclo y estos son los granos del choclo. Esta receta es la que yo preparo. Esta receta es de un pastel de choclo vegetariano, y es la receta que yo hago, que yo preparo. Si tu mamá, tu abuela, tu abuelo, tu papá, tu perrito, tu gatito hacen otra receta, espero que nos enseñes en tu video cómo es la receta que tú haces o que ellos preparan. Esta es mi receta. Y hoy te voy a enseñar.
Okay, so digging the style, let's see how she does it when we actually get into the cooking part.
Esta bandeja grande, para esta bandeja grande vamos a usar 3 bolsas. 3 bolsas de choclo. 3 bolsas.
Okay, I mean, I think she's doing a very good job with the visuals, which is one of the things, see, one of the keys, one of the reasons that I recommend, like, cooking content. Oh yeah, you can also tell this is Chile. If you look at the plug sockets on the right behind her, those are Chilean sockets. You don't see those anywhere else quite like that. But, I mean, she does a really good job with the visuals, so which is really important. So you see exactly what she's talking about. La bandeja. las bolsas de grano de choclo congelado. Toda esa weá.
De choclo congelado. 3. También vamos a usar huevos. Huevos. Vamos a usar 6 huevos. 6 huevos.
Okay, she has apparently 2 cats in there.
Aquí tengo 3 y acá tengo 3. Vamos a usar 6 huevos. 6 huevos. Huevos duros. Estos huevos están frescos. Los vamos a endurecer. Huevos duros.
Okay.
Deshidratada, albahaca molida, porque de esta, la fresca, albahaca fresca, no tengo. Tengo albahaca molida, albahaca deshidratada. Voy a usar pasas. A mí me encanta el pastel de choclo con pasas. Pasas morenas. Voy a usar pasas morenas. Y listo. Orégano, sal y comino molido. Y listo, esos son los ingredientes que vamos a usar el día de hoy. Así que vamos con la preparación. Paso número uno. En mucha agua, lo primero que haré será descongelar las bolsas de choclo. Voy a descongelar el choclo. Porque está congelado, lo vamos a descongelar en mucha agua. En mucha agua vamos a descongelar.
Like, okay, she does. This is really good. This is really well done. So, cool channel. I'm gonna look at another of her videos here. Let me see. Inside a Chilean local market, what you can find. I wonder which one she's going to. Is she in Santiago? She might be going to one that I know, and that would just be cool because I kind of miss Santiago. Okay, inside a Chilean local market, what you can find. And dropping the link in chat. En La Vega, boy. Here we go. Oh, no. Okay, this... Ay, espera. Let me see. This does not look like Santiago, actually. No en La Vega. Estamos en otra parte de Chile. Yeah.
Hola, hoy es día de mercado. Vamos a ir a conocer, a visitar el mercado de la ciudad de Castro y...
Oh, she's in Chiloé. Okay, yeah, definitely not Santiago. Like a day and a half's drive away from Santiago. Chile is a very long country. Very beautiful island. I've always wanted to go there.
Vamos a comprar verduras y pescados, mariscos.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Chilean Spanish. It is very much a sung language. In fact, Chilean Spanish has pitch accent. That is something that is documented. I had thought that it might. And I decided to look it up because the way it's pronounced, you will notice she's emphasizing it because she's doing this like for learners. God, now I'm starting to think I may know her from the Polyglot Gathering. There was a woman from Chiloé in the Polyglot Gathering one year. She looks kind of familiar.
Vamos a mirar qué es lo que hay en un mercado de la isla de Chiloé, donde no solo hay cosas para comer, sino también muchas cosas muy interesantes que te voy a mostrar en el video de hoy. ¡Vamos! Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a la Feria Alcalde José Sandoval, conocida como la Feria Jumbel, en Castro, Chiloé.
Ah, perro callejero, porque en Chile nunca pueden faltar.
Aquí, agricultores, artesanos y...
Yeah, and also like Chilote, people from Chiloé, also kind of on a certain level, they also have their own way of speaking Spanish as well. They do not speak quite the same way as people from the mainland do.
pequeños productores locales ofrecen una variedad de productos frescos y artesanías tradicionales, permitiendo a los visitantes sumergirse en la autenticidad de Chiloé y llevarse recuerdos únicos a casa. La Feria Jumbel es más que un mercado, es un símbolo de orgullo y la identidad de Chiloé, donde la tradición y la modernidad se encuentran en un vibrante intercambio de productos y experiencias.
Okay, it's a long video. We're gonna skip around a little bit, but
Hay lechugas, ajos, incluso hay una tienda donde venden flores de distintos colores. Están bonitas esas, mira, así. Esa tiene distintos colores también.
colores de la bandera.
Flores naturales, de verdad. Hola. Este es el sector donde hay verduras, hay miel, quesos, y hacia allá está la pescadería, están los puestos. Estos se llaman puestos. Estos que están ahí se llaman puestos, y aquí están los puestos de pescadería, de mariscos. Y aquí vamos a mirar, por ejemplo, hay choritos, almejas, merluza.
The fish market. Yes. I mean, since Chiloé is on an island in the Pacific Ocean, they would have probably very good seafood, one can imagine. I'll skip around a little bit more.
Ya. ¿Pueden empezar ese, por favor?
What have we got in the world of subtitles as well? Automatically generated Spanish.
¿Sí? Ya. De 1700 salió ese. En esta feria hay muchos puestos. Los puestos son aquellos locales o stands generalmente atendidos por sus dueños. Es en los puestos de mercados y ferias donde se puede apreciar la verdadera naturaleza y calidez humana de los chilenos y las chilenas. Ir a una feria o mercado chileno es una experiencia turística en sí, con los gritos de los vendedores ofreciendo sus productos como los mejores del lugar, junto a los diversos aromas y colores, hacen que esta visita valga la pena al ser el punto ideal para conocer la cultura de un lugar y sus tradiciones en sí.
Oh, that's. I thought there were ceiling fans or something like that. It's just the lights are flickering.
¿Compraste?
Lo voy a Sacha.
¿Y para qué esto?
Para fregar.
Para fregar. La friega es como cuando uno se echa un ungüento, tú sacas la tapa de esto y te echan la cremita así. Esa es una friega.
Para
los dolores musculares.
Los dolores musculares, sí.
Sí.
Mira
Ya vamos a
Sacha.
seguir, ahora
Suena
vamos
quechua.
a mirar las frutas, las verduras que hay por acá.
Muy
Hay unos
Trae para
kiwis,
hacer quechua.
plátanos, hay bandejas con huevos, esos que están ahí se llaman pepinos, son muy ricos. Y hay plantitas también. A mí me gustan mucho las plantas, así que hay muchas plantas. Hay aloe vera. Hay cilantro, más papas. Esa es acelga, repollo. Esa es chicoria. Chicoria que a mí no me gusta. Ah, esta es chicha de manzana.
Oh, that's
Esto-
good stuff. Bebida alcohólica típica de la zona sur de Chile, especialmente de la región
es
de la
tradicional.
Araucanía y Chiloé. It's like it is a cider, which is not always made with apple. Sometimes it's made with other things, but like the traditional Chilean chicha is apple based. Oh, and then we have ají cacho de cabra. Ooh, you can't make like Chilean dishes never come out right outside of Chile because it's so hard to get the right chilies for them, and that's one of them. That's ají cacho de cabra.
Del sur de Chile se hace con esas manzanas que son de la isla, son naturales de acá.
Manzana que también es de acá.
Hay mucha chicha, zapallo, hay zapallo italiano, hay ajo también.
Oh, those are that garlic is huge.
Hoy son gigantes.
I'd only need 4 or 5 of those to make a sauce. Okay, so this is Spanish a la Chilena, and I have to say, like, this has just shown up in my recommendations. It looks like a good channel. I think she does I think she's done a good job. Josie, yes, your go-to destination to learn Spanish easily and fun through comprehensible input. Specifically designed for beginners. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. I think she does a good job here. Let's see. And now, I think we're gonna pay a visit to the éminence grise behind so much of our discussion of the past 2 days. English for Everyone with Kevin and Lisa, who only...
Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English.
Wow, okay, they have improved their production values already. Or are they gonna move back to the fucking...
Today we're going to learn the correct way to use some confusing words. So let's get started. First, let's watch a clip.
I don't feel good.
Okay. Fucking make up your mind about the prescriptivism, Kevin. Because the same guy, he, a couple of months ago, we saw him have a go at, I think, I don't know if it was Marina Mogilko or somebody else, for saying that technically it's more correct to say may I rather than can I. And now he's gonna have a go at I don't feel good?
I don't feel well.
What? Wait a second. If you're coughing, you cannot say I don't feel good?
Oh, okay. Better than expected. Okay, give him that one. I mean, yeah.
You have to say I don't feel well?
I mean...
That's not true. You can say it either way.
He's learning descriptivism.
If you're sick, You can say, I don't feel good, or I don't feel well. They're both correct.
Well, see, okay, yeah, that's, again, better than expected, although I would add, I mean, there's some nuance in the two of them. Like, I don't feel well, it's because, like, I don't feel well will always indicate that you're feeling sick. I don't feel good can mean that you're not that you're feeling ill, but it can also mean that you're pissed off, you're depressed, you're feeling just bored or something like that. Like, there is a difference in usage that's important, even if her very prescriptive distinction does not hold in colloquial usage.
Let's watch some examples.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. No, I went to the doctor and I was like, I don't feel good.
Just don't feel good, I guess.
Let's watch the explanation.
Use I don't feel well for physical health. For example, I have a sore throat. I don't feel well.
Okay, and she's not wrong to the extent that you can, if you say I don't feel well, everybody will understand that to be a statement about a, like, physical health condition.
Use I don't feel good for emotions.
Wait a second.
I mean, she's not, it's like, that distinction does not really hold. It isn't as neat a distinction as she's saying, but she's not totally wrong to be noticing the distinction there.
Well is for physical health and good is for emotions? This is complete garbage. This is not true.
Okay, would you say I don't feel well to mean that you're feeling sad? Like, she's making the distinction a lot harder and faster than it really is in common usage, but there is a distinction.
So if you're sick, you can say, I don't feel good or I don't feel well.
Yes, but if you're feeling if you're just emotionally feeling shitty, why are you looking down on me like you've just kicked my ass, Kevin? What's with this camera angle? Like, what is the... Yeah, I mean, it really isn't. It is a nuanced distinction. It's true that one of them can overlap much more to both concepts and the other one doesn't really. But she's really not wrong to be pointing out that there's a distinction. He is, on the other hand, wrong to be, like, what is this camera angle? Like, I actually feel a little bit vaguely threatened. And at this angle, he's kind of giving Mr. Robot.
They're both correct. They're both used in this situation.
Yeah, but in both situations? I mean, because that's the point here. Would you ever say I don't feel well if you just mean that you're feeling pissed off? Or sad? Or bored?
Good is not just for emotions. That's garbage.
Yeah, but is well...
So, thank you for watching. Keep watching for more.
48 minutes and he didn't... Oh, so he was allowed outside to make that one because it was just such a pretty gray fucking day. But now we're back. Now we're back to the green screen. Yeah, I mean, see, they're so educational.
This is not correct.
Yeah, exactly. This is the angle they use in movies when somebody is, like, fucking about to kill you or just knocked your ass out.
Cook good. I cook well. Good describes something. The rice is good. The weather is good.
Good describe something? I have to change the verb here. I have to say describe.
I think she said describes, actually, Kev. I think that it just got lost in the fact that the next letter was also an S. She made a typo. Oh, we're going after her for fucking typos now. Are you gonna start talking about the fact that that looks like a shitty frying pan too now? That thing probably scratches really easily.
Describes something. The rice is good. The weather is good. But not just something. Good describes nouns. So it could be a person, place.
Oh, well, yes, but something is a noun. She was just trying to be colloquial here. Like, and also, this is just wild. I'll wait, because he actually surprised me a second ago by not taking the totally prescriptive route. So maybe he's about to say that actually, yeah, people can say, I cook good.
Or thing.
Like, he makes videos good. Well, actually, he makes videos bad.
Person. A good doctor. A place. A good city. And things.
A good video, which this is not.
The rice is good. Let's keep watching.
Okay, so, I mean, she's specifically saying she's distinguishing between the verb and the adverb, doing the prescriptivism thing that he supposedly hated a second ago.
And well describes an action.
Okay.
I cook well, I speak well, and I teach English well.
Yeah, it's the very inconsistent grammar, please.
Okay. Well describes an action. You cook well.
Well, yes, but just a second ago you decided to ding her for not saying a noun because she said something, and now you're not going to go, no, actually it's a verb.
You speak well, you teach well, but unfortunately it's not that simple.
Wait, okay. It's not that simple, Chad. What the hell's about to happen?
We have these verbs. They're known as linking verbs, and we do not use well with these verbs, with these actions.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it depends, actually. Wait, well, look at the bottom, chat. Look at the bottom verb. Look at the bottom word. Oh, my head. I'm gonna duck. Look at the last word on the list that we do not use well with. Anybody notice anything?
So well is not used with all actions. When I talk about the senses, look, we don't say it looks well, we say it looks good.
Well, that's because that's not describing the then it's not describing the action of sounding. I mean, on the other hand, if I want to say that somebody is doing a good job as a taster, you could say he tastes well. If there is like a disease condition that you can tell by the smell of a person, you could say somebody smells well or smells unwell. Like, yes, it isn't that complicated, but one thing that is not that's particularly uncomplicated, though, is that just 2 seconds ago, Kevin, you were talking about how you can indeed say feel well.
Sound. We don't say it sounds well, we say it sounds good.
Well, unless it's a device that you're using to get a sounding, then you would say it sounds well.
Taste. We don't say it tastes well, we say it tastes good. Smell. We don't say it smells well, no, we say it smells good. Feel. It feels well? No.
I feel well. Kevin? Heard of it?
It feels good.
Did he not realize that the very first part of this video was like, Kevin, I know you don't spend much time on production values or scripts or personality, but just 2 seconds, literally the last thing you were talking about was how you can say feel good and feel well.
So remember these important linking verbs related to senses. We don't use an adverb.
Like, if somebody did not actually know that feel well was correct and had a specific meaning, you could actually take away from this that what she was wrong about is that you ever say feel well. Which is, what's the word I'm looking for? Complete garbage?
Well, we use the adjective good. Let's practice. Tell me about the car. Does the car look well or does the car look good?
The car looks well. It does not look sick. I mean, this is another example where actually you can use both. You're looking well today, Kevin.
That's right, the car looks good. Let's talk about the food. Does the food taste good or does the food taste well?
I'm just obsessed with the fact that
That's
steak
right.
does not have any cuts out of it, and he has a cut out of his, and he has a bite in his fork. Like, how'd that happen? And also, those chips actually look like balsa wood.
Food tastes good. Let's talk about the music. Does the music sound well or does the music sound good?
Also, sound well is another one. Like, say you're phoning a friend in hospital and you want to say you sound well. Like, as in, it sounds like your voice indicates that you seem to be doing better. You can say that. This is actually more complicated than you're making it, Kevin. It's not that you do not say. It's, he sounds well. It's that it means a different thing.
That's right, the music sounds good. Let's talk about the flowers. Do the flowers smell well or do the flowers smell good? That's right, the flowers smell good.
Well, this is the wonderful educational content that the neckbeard dude is so impressed with.
Let's talk about the massage. Does the massage feel well or does the massage feel good?
Does the person being massaged feel well? Literally, Kevin, look at the first minute and a half of your video.
That's right, the massage feels good. And there's one more problem. Well can describe a person.
Like, commit to an explanation.
It has a different meaning.
Yes, I mean, yes, it has a different meaning, which is why you can actually say feel well, which is why this is a ridiculous way of explaining all of this. You could just say, in some cases, well does not is not just synonymous with good. In some cases, it means you're healthy, and yeah, I mean, this is a like absolutely bizarre way to explain this concept, because he is just, it sounds like he's contradicting himself, because it makes these like incorrect absolute statements about the usage of good and well.
It means not sick. When I use well to mean not sick, I can describe a person, a noun. Example, he's well, he's not sick. This is a special case. In this case, well is an adjective describing a person. So example, he's sick, he's not well. I hope he gets well soon.
You could say, if you hear him on the phone and his voice sounds kind of weak and thready, that he's not sounding well.
Let's practice. Is he well or is he sick? That's right, he's not well, he's sick. And do you hope that he gets well soon?
I don't know enough about him to have a very strong feelings one way or another. He looks fictional to me.
That's right, I hope he gets well soon. Thank you for watching and keep watching for more.
Oh, more? Oh, wow, he's got a couch now. I guess, like, when you do your 70th, like, grammar policing video, you automatically get, like, a free couch. It's like a toaster oven, except it's a couch.
First, this is wrong.
Good versus well.
Wait, we're still on this.
I don't feel good. Those glasses look on you. Those glasses look good on you.
Okay, so far so good.
I don't feel good is correct, and I don't feel well is not correct?
Like, did he... This is so disjointed. I do not understand how you could actually make this video, write this video, and not say, well, actually, the way to talk about this might be to just say up front, you know, well has two different uses.
They're both correct.
They mean different things, though.
Let's take a closer look. You could say, I don't feel well, using well as an adjective, meaning not sick. So if you say, I don't feel well, it means you feel sick.
Like, you just got done saying this. You literally just, like, did... Is he in a time loop? Is this, like, Kevin's Groundhog Day?
Examples.
He doesn't feel well.
Okay, classic.
Yeah, right.
Dr. McNabb, I am not in the habit of signing a death certificate for someone who just doesn't feel well.
Hit a hard pot? What's wrong with her?
She doesn't feel well. I don't feel well.
You look really well.
I feel well.
Mickey, I don't feel well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I feel well enough to go.
I don't feel well. Why, no. You can go back to class as soon as...
I think we get the point.
Go home. So we see well can be used as an adjective, meaning not sick. So if I say I feel well, it means I don't feel sick. And if I say I don't feel well, it means I feel sick.
Yeah. How many times this is a 48-minute video? Is it just going to be him like forgetting that he already just talked about this and saying the exact same shit with different graphics?
For example, if you know somebody that's in the hospital and they're sick, you send them a card. And what do you write on the card? You write, get well soon. Because if you get well, you're not sick.
I don't think that's. I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because you hope that the person you care about feels better.
Example, he's sick. He doesn't feel well. I hope he gets well soon. Let's practice.
We already did, Kevin. Like, okay, this is.
Is he sick?
This is a weird video. Because there's no mythology in it. It's just him saying the same thing over and over again and not quite getting it right yet.
Feel well? That's right, he's sick. He doesn't feel well. Do you hope that he gets well soon?
No, fuck him.
That's right, I hope he gets well soon. So what about I don't feel good? This is correct also. I can say I don't feel good, meaning I feel sick.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what's really annoying me, because he keeps on saying the same shit over and over again. And the one point that he needs to make is that I feel good can mean I feel well, or I don't feel good can mean I don't feel well. But it can mean other things, but I don't feel well always is going to mean I don't feel well. As in, I feel unwell, sick, ill.
I don't feel good can also mean other things. Like if you say, I don't feel good about this, it means you're not sure about it or you don't like it.
Okay, yes. And now, are you going to point out that I don't feel well? Because, like, the one thing he needed to say, this is 7 minutes into the video, and it is annoying the hell out of me already, is that, well does not go beyond the world of illness and the absence of it.
Maybe you made a decision that you're not sure about. I don't feel good about this decision. That's a different idea. So I don't feel good can mean two different things. But they're all correct.
Well, but I don't feel well means only one thing.
Today we're going to avoid learning...
What the fuck just happened to his lighting?
Complete nonsense.
That's a great thing to avoid learning.
So let's get started.
The verb to buy can also be used in the stative form. For example, this watch buys well. I am not talking about the action of buying the watch. That just means that this watch is popular. This new restaurant...
Holy shit, I think is she in Cardiff?
buys well. They're always packed.
This watch buys well?
Just out of curiosity, I have not heard that. This does not mean that it is not true. Buys well. Yes, Kevin hates nonsense. Okay. If I say buys well, Google in quotes, it has people buying wells. So, buys very well. It's... Agora buys very well for our customers. Murad buys very well in cheese. Yeah. I mean, okay, I think what happened here, I'm not finding any examples of anyone saying this. I like to make sure, because sometimes you do find these sort of weird, idiosyncratic regional usages that you've never heard of. And I like to make sure about it. But yeah, I think what happened here is she thought that it could work the same way as it sells well.
This restaurant buys well? Don't say this. It doesn't mean something is popular. It doesn't mean anything.
I mean, that works in Japanese, strangely enough, which I don't think, I think is a total accident, but you could say that in Japanese. 売れてる。売れっ子だよ。
It's not a stative verb.
今年の売れっ子だ。
It doesn't exist. That's right. It doesn't exist. Nobody says this. If you say this to someone, they won't know what you're talking about. Don't say buys well. It doesn't mean anything. This is also not correct.
However, the verb to ride can be used in a stative way, especially if you were being transported or carried. For example, the train ride was nice. Here, ride describes the state of being...
That's a noun. That's not a verb at all. Okay, but let's go.
Transported by the
What's about to happen?
train, not the act of riding itself. Thanks for the ride. Oh my gosh, the car ride was terrible.
If I say the train ride was nice, or thanks for the ride...
The thing is, okay, the thing is, though, she's using the verb. I mean, she's using the noun, which is true. That's not a stative. And she's, like, she's wrong about the usage of the word stative. Fine. But the thing is, you can say a car rides well. You can say a bus rides well, and what it means is it is pleasant to ride in it. That is a thing. It's just that she's kind of not got there.
Ride, or the car ride was terrible. Ride in these sentences is not a stative verb.
Wow, I'm so glad that they...
It's not a verb at all. It's a noun. These are not examples of ride as a stative verb. These are examples of ride as a noun. It's a countable noun.
Like...
You can say a nice ride, or thanks for the ride. Use the article of the.
Does she go on what I want to know is, does she go on to actually use it the way I was just saying? Because it seems like she is familiar with the concept, because although she misused it in the case of buys, structurally she wasn't wrong. So is she going to say, like, the train rides well?
These are not stated verbs. Example. If I need a ride, I can ask you, hey, can you give me a ride?
We've established that, Kevin.
These are examples of ride as a noun.
We know.
Let's practice.
But why don't you talk about examples of ride as a stative verb, which is what she was trying to talk about, and she kind of, I mean, it seems like she just mostly misspoke. Because she does, like, her previous thing in the video indicates she is familiar with the concept, even if her application of it is kind of iffy. Like, yeah, so why not just say the car rides well? The train rides well.
Can you give me a ride? Thanks, I appreciate it. This is also not correct.
I love...
Wait, he didn't say that at all. He didn't point, like, the one useful thing he could have said. So his whole thing there is, like, don't misuse the term stative verb. Was like, yeah, I mean, because if you're walking around in the U.S., I mean, one thing that you will really just annoy the hell out of people is if you mischaracterize something as a stative verb.
Listening to music with my headphones.
Those are not headphones.
Yes, they are. It is. Earbuds are a kind of headphone.
Those are earbuds.
What? Yes, that is the specific type of headphones they are, but they're headphones because they are things that you put up to your ear that contain a microphone, and you attach them in one way or another. Earbud is a subcategory, Kevin.
There's a clear difference.
No, there isn't. It's not a categorical difference.
Let's look at the difference. These are earbuds.
You just said that.
If they're Apple, you can say AirPods.
If you're like angling for a sponsorship, then why would Apple ever pass this channel up for a fucking sponsorship?
Because that's the brand name. And it doesn't matter if they have a wire or if they're wireless. They're still earbuds to go inside your ear. They're called earbuds. I don't wear earbuds. What about you? Very good. I prefer these. These are called headphones.
That is just that they are a type of headphone. They are like the traditional type of headphone. In fact, you will find if you look these things up when you go searching for headphones, a lot of the time they will be referred to as over-ear headphones versus in-ear headphones. Earbud is another word for in-ear headphones. Shut up, Kevin. Shut up.
There's a band that goes over your head, connecting the speakers.
Sometimes it goes under your head, actually. Although you don't see that as much. That was a big thing for a while in like the late 90s.
These are called headphones, and I prefer headphones. What about you? Do you wear headphones?
Yes, the specific type of headphone I wear are earbuds.
Very good. I think headphones are much more comfortable. I don't like things sticking inside my ear. That's not comfortable. This is also not correct.
I hate when they don't have any battery. Like, they don't work right now, so I can't use them.
Like, okay, I don't even... What the hell is he gonna think is... What is he gonna find to criticize about that sentence? That was a fine sentence.
I cannot say they don't work right now.
Yeah, you can! You absolutely can! They don't work right now. People say that. You can also say they're not working. Like, motherfucker, you just got done. You spent how long on good and well, and how you can say feel good and feel well, and you still manage not to actually explain that in a comprehensive or particularly easy to follow way. And now, like, shut up.
Because it's right now, I have to use a continuous action.
No, you don't.
I have to say, they're not working right now. I cannot use the simple verb.
Yes, you can.
Simple verb is for a routine. So
Not always.
You say right now, use a continuous verb, working. They're not working right now. They're broken. Let's practice. Are they working right now?
No, they don't work right now.
That's right, they're not working right now. They're broken. This is also not correct.
So when I say the verb to buy, that is the action of me wanting to buy a new phone.
Okay, I don't know what she's trying to say there. Oh, yeah. They do actually have, there is some animus going on there. Okay, I don't know what she's trying to say, what that sentence means. I feel like maybe we should have heard the whole sentence. Because if she's saying that the infinitive to buy in a construct having to do with wanting to buy is part of expressing one's desire to buy a thing, she's not wrong. But, I mean, it sounds like she explained it in a clunky way. So we've gone beyond even just, like, grammar policing people, and now he's going after people for explaining things in a kind of clunky way. Hey, Ata, well, you're in for a treat with the VOD, I think.
When I say the verb to buy, that is the action of me wanting to buy a new phone? This is not correct.
Well,
the verb to buy does not mean I want to buy a new phone.
Well, yes, but is that the entire thing she said, though? Because it was a weird thing. It sounded like she said something before that, and maybe it would make sense if we heard the entire thing. It mostly just sounds like she's explaining it in a clunky way.
Means I'm buying a new phone. The action to buy means you pay for something and you receive something. That's the action to buy. It's not about wanting to buy.
Does he ever blink?
Something. It's about buying something. Example. She wants to buy a new phone. She's not buying a new phone. She wants to buy a new phone. It's a different idea. Let's practice. Does she want to...
Yeah, but you notice how you said the words to buy in there when you were saying she wants to buy a new phone. That's because these ideas built on each other. And I think that's what she was trying to say. And maybe we could, I don't know, not just sort of pick apart every single word non-native speakers say when they're trying to explain grammatical concepts that you yourself, Kevin, don't do a very good job of explaining a lot of the time. Because I feel like this is what she was getting at, and she kind of had a clunky way of saying it. And maybe that is not content. Content is not when you go, stop learning nonsense. She explained thing in a clunky way. Here, I'm going to not explain the thing at all, actually. I'm gonna like have very off-putting lighting and
buy a new phone
and nod in a creepy way.
That's right, she wants to buy a new phone. It doesn't mean she's buying it, she just wants to buy it. Now in this example, she's buying a new phone. She's paying for it and she's receiving it. She's getting it.
She's getting it all right. Yeah, okay, Jesus Christ. We spent so much time on the fucking eldritch horror that is English for everyone with Kevin and Liza that it is time to wrap up for today. Thank you so much to everyone who came. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and if you missed most of the stream, check out the VOD. I think you will enjoy it. I think we had a good one today. I will be back at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Friday, and I look forward to seeing you then. And until then,